How do you find, hire, and integrate and train a phenomenal executive assistant? As recently as 6 months ago, I had this ambitious list of projects and important things to get done. At the end of the day, I realized none of it had happened because I had been putting out fires and answering emails. It was a really frustrating feeling, and something I experienced a lot. Fast forward to this last week, came in the morning, got a lot of things done, and at the end of the day, got a great report from my executive assistant on all the things she had taken care of for me that day. It was a massive game changer for my day, and also just for my business and life, and also for my ability to get things done. So how do you find candidates? As jump off points, there's a company called Athena that focuses on executive assistants in the Philippines, a company called Hire with Near that focuses on talent in Latin America, not just EA specific. There's a company called execviva.com. They're probably the most specific and most focused on executive assistants in Latin America. And then onlinejobs.ph is not EA focused, but it's just a place to go find potentially good talent in the Philippines. So as you're screening, what do you look for? Well, just ask people about their organizational style. Hospitality is another big thing. A great executive assistant is going to thrive and love helping people. That's just a huge part of the role. Finally, personality testing. I use it kind of a variation of something called DISC for personality testing. You want to look for detail-oriented focus and aptitude and strength. So those are the two things I would really screen for: hospitality, organization, and attention to detail. Once you finally get someone that you want to bring on, or a couple people you want to bring on, definitely give them a work project. It makes you get clear on how to make decisions, because you can't delegate if you don't have good clarity around when am I going to take meetings? What type of people do I want to schedule with? What types of people are opportunities are a fit or not a fit? I have to get crystal clear on with the clarity of your decisions and also the frameworks with which you run your business and your life. You need to create rules for how you schedule appointments, how you respond to emails, how you pay for things, kind of a basic operating system for how your brain works. One of the best ways to get to delegate, the first time you have to delegate something, take a screencast of it and then send it to your executive assistant. They can watch you do it, and then they can use that screencast, save it, and also create a written SOP for it. Very effective. And I would take that one step further. I would create a screencast, and then I would get the transcript from that screencast. If you use something like Loom, it should automatically create a transcript for you. And then I would feed that in to ChatGPT, the transcript, and say, create a high-level SOP for me based on the steps that you hear me talking about in the screencast. It won't be perfect. It will get you 80% of the way there. And so with only you doing the task and hitting record, you have a video version, you have a written version, and now you have someone who can do that for you in the future. It works really great. Let's talk about probably the thorniest, hardest thing to outsource from an executive assistant perspective, and that is email. So here's some of my rules. Always click send. I love, and it's very helpful to have my EA draft emails up for me. And of course, using pre-saved replies a lot. That alone has been massively valuable. My inbox workload has gone down by, I would guess, 75 to 80%. And it increases to get even more effective as my assistant learns more and more about the kind of things that we're doing. The more you can reduce friction in the way you're able to interact with and communicate and delegate to your EA, the better. There's a wonderful tool, one of my favorite tools, it's called Voxer. And it's almost like it turns your smartphone into a push-to-talk walkie-talkie. I can just talk. And for me, talking is the easiest way to communicate. And so it's just incredibly helpful. So I would strongly recommend Voxer, or if not Voxer, figure out the way you can absolutely cut to the bare bones the friction involved with getting things out of your brain and onto your assistant's to-do list. So those are the big things and lessons I've learned from bringing on an assistant, hiring them, working with them. Spent about 5 months now, which isn't that long, but already, like I said, it's just been totally transformative to how much stuff. And I would say it saves me at least 15 hours a week, maybe more. And I'm just able to get a ton more done. For me, my executive assistant helps with my inbox, helps me send and draft emails, manages my calendar, helps me with small little administrative products, maybe calling the credit card company, dealing with banks. If there's stuff that needs documents that need to be signed and reviewed, she will template those up for me, fill them out for me, and get everything ready for me to just approve them and put my signature on it. If I have a lot of spreadsheet work or something, like I was just getting ready to hire I'm looking for a branding agency for e-commerce fuel because they're doing a rebrand. So I had her do research on branding agencies, find their portfolios and their contact details for the key people there. So all of those things, anything that is not critical to what you are doing and what is really something that you should be doing, you can have a great executive assistant come in and help you with that. They can also help to some degree with personal things. Like they shouldn't be doing most of your personal stuff if this is a business hire, but there's little things that are integrated that kind of blend and cross the line between those two things. And so they book flights for me. They help with gifts. They do a lot of those kind of things. I'm able to focus on the things that are important to me and that only I can do. And as a result, I enjoy my work significantly more. So I think takeaways from this: one, value your time. If you are listening to this, and absolutely if you have a 7-figure plus business, this should be one of the hires that you make a huge priority. I wish I would have done this 7 to 10 years ago.